Coach Agostino, the head basketball coach for the Amityville Warriors, and you're watching Warrior Basketball.
It's time for Warriors Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Amityville Broadcasting Network. I'm your host, Christian Chicas, with your co-host, Christian Reyes. Today, we're doing a pregame show for today's game of Amityville versus Hop Hollow's Hill West. But before we get into that, I'd like to state that this match coming up is going to be a rematch. And currently, Amityville is 10-2 in League 5. And we're going to talk about Amityville's previous game.
Okay, so if we look at the Amityville's previous game, we can see that Amityville was pretty strong for all four quarters. Like, they didn't have really that much of a dip. They had like a small dip in the third quarter, but overall, they were really consistent with their points and, with their defense overall, because they were leading scorers. They were leading hot pogging points like almost for every quarter except the third one, which shows that they're pretty good with defensively and offensively.
I'd like to talk about Amityville's pace in this game. As Reyes said, he said that they only dipped in the third quarter, which is extremely impressive, especially because usually once you start off a game strong, you start off explosive, you start to fall off the second, third, fourth quarter because you're trying to keep up a pace that you initially set, and as the game keeps going on, you get more tired and tired, so it's harder to keep that pace up. But I'd like to point out Amir Dickerson on Amityville's team, who scored 30 points this game, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists, leading to the MVP of the match, in my opinion.
And we could take a look at Dickerson. He scored 30 points, had 10 rebounds, and he was honestly one of the most essential players on that team during that game. And we see that Amir Dickerson is very valuable to Amityville as he dictates what most play and what players are going to do. And he's really a leader in the team, as it shows. As even if the third quarter they dipped, in fourth quarter, Amityville still came back with it, still with the same defense, as they still outscored them. They still were putting up 20 points. And it's looked like it doesn't matter what quarter, it doesn't matter how tired they get or like what time is it, they will always put their best out there.
As well as Dickerson performing extremely well, I'd also like to point out two other players on Amityville's team, Dodson, Isabel, and Fly, scoring 15 and 10 points respectively, with Dodson Isabel scoring 2 3-pointers and Fly scoring 1 3-pointer. We can see that, as well as Dickerson, who scored 2 3-pointers outside of the 30 points that he scored, we can see that they're shooting from outside the arc. They're trying to get those 3-pointers, as we saw 5 3-pointers from Amityville the previous game. So I'm wondering if we're going to see some of that today. But going to the running score of the previous game, Amityville in the first quarter went on a 13-0 run, led by number 20 on their team.
And another thing that's very interesting is we that have in the last game is Matt Huber. He scored 5 3-points, which is something kind of worrying. Even though Amityville's defense is really impressive, we're starting to see that in in the game against Hopog, 3 scores or 3-pointers were being scored at Amityville. So this is something that we might see the coach try to change today, as I think they're really, because this is very worrying, but I think they will change it up and try to mitigate these 3-pointers scored against them.
Yeah, following up on what Reyes said, Hopog did score a lot of 3-pointers against Amityville last game, scoring a total of 12 3-pointers. So what does this mean for Amityville? Well, I think this means that inside the paint we're really good at defending, but outside it's a lost cause for us. However, I think we can see some more defense coming up. If we're going back on Amityville's offense now, for Amityville in the second quarter, they went on an 11-0 run.
So it looks like with Amityville is once they start getting into a rhythm, or once they start actually scoring, they're able to go for long stretches of time in which they are in a flow state, essentially, where they would just score, defend, and be able to do all that, which is really impressive, as it shows that they showed dominance in some certain times.
Yeah, like Ray said, where they get them into that flow state for the first and second quarter, we could really see that flow state as they went on a 13-0 run and 11-0 run respectively. However, in the third quarter, we saw Hopog go on an 8-0 run. However, Amityville was going back and forth with them on 2-pointers. But it looks like Jordan Hines scoring the first 2-pointer of the third quarter. So maybe that's why they led to the dip, because they were starting to lose steam in the third quarter. Like I said, keeping up that pace throughout the entire game is extremely difficult because the further it goes on, the more tired you get. But even when they were tired in the third quarter, and Hauppauge did go on an 8-0 run, they still managed to score a good amount of points. I think it was 16 points, where they were able to keep up the momentum still go back and forth with Hauppauge outside of that 8-0 run. Going into quarter 4, however, we see Amityville pick up that flow state again, where they went on another 8-0 run, and they were really performing their best, although initially in the fourth quarter, they were scoring back and forth with Hauppauge.
So as Christian mentioned, they were going back and forth, and they had in the third quarter that 8-0. But we can see that they're able to rebound, and Amityville, it doesn't really matter even if the other team is scoring on them, they're still giving up a fight. They're still putting in effort to try to bring back that flow state. And even if there's a challenge or maybe they're not doing as well, they're able to find a way to bring that flow state way back into the game, which is really impressive. And I hope we get to see that today.
The final score of Amityville's previous game was 75-54 in Amityville's favor. Now I would like to send it over to our coaches show with Coach Agostino.
I'm a recruiter with the Amityville Broadcasting Network, here with head coach of the Amityville boys basketball team, Jack Agostino. So your last game against Hauppauge, your team played outstanding in the first half, but came out a little bit flat in the third quarter. What adjustments can you make to ensure your team plays 4 strong quarters?
Well, the key to any good team is consistency. And for the most part, we've been very consistent. The way we play in the first quarter has to be the way we play in all the quarters. So the more consistent we get, the better we'll be.
But on a positive note, Amir Dickerson seems to be getting better each game, and he scored 30 points in the last contest. How does his impact on the court lift the games of his teammates?
Well, today is a very personal game for him. He, didn't play so well last time out there. So every time he steps on the court, we probably have the best player on the court. He's a really good player. He's a potential Division I player. He needs to really focus the whole game, put out maximum effort, and really leave it on the court. If he does that, great things happen.
Back in December, your team fell short to Hills West, which is the team you're playing today. How has Amityville grown as a team since then?
I feel like we're a smarter team, and I think that's really important. We're not making the same mistakes, so we're getting better. We're learning from our previous mistakes, so hopefully, it continues today.
So what adjustments will you make this time against Hills West?
I think our lineup changed a little. Alan Dotson didn't start that game. He's starting this game, so I think that's a big plus. Wesley Flife is playing really good. Takai, Dejan Clinton, and Jordan Hines is playing outstanding. So I think, our core 6 is really solid, and they didn't play as much the first time, so they'll play more this time.
And finally, with the playoffs right around the corner, what is the most important area your team needs to work on to prepare for a deep postseason run?
I can't even think into the playoffs just yet, but I think what we have to do is just the consistency, right? Playing good, using good basketball IQ, playing unselfishly, maximum effort. You keep that the whole way. The playoffs, not until February 26th, which is such a long way off. So, right now I'm only thinking about today. I really am not looking ahead too much. But I got to say you did a great job, Aaron.
Thank you, Coach.
All right. Have a good one.
Welcome back to the Amityville Broadcasting Network on a pregame show for Half Hollows Hill West versus Amityville. I'm your host, Christian Chicas, with your co-host, Christian Reyes. And we're going to go into an interview with one of Amityville's players, one of the key players, actually, Wes Fly.
Matt Grace with Wes Flythe, key player on the Amityville boys basketball teams. They get set to take on Hills West today. And Wes, you've been such a major part of this program. It seems like you're getting better every single game. How do you see your role on this team?
Just to keep improving, getting buckets when I need to, making sure the team's talking on defense, communicating when we need to, and just having a good time out there.
All right, last game, you guys came out flying in the first 2 quarters. A little let down in the third quarter, but as a leader on this team, what do you say to your teammates after a bad third quarter to make sure you finish up strong and play 4 strong quarters moving forward?
Just the score reset to 0-0, so it's anybody's game at that point.
Last time you played Hills West, you guys came up short. Today you get them on your home court. What do you expect to be different today?
Defense, stopping their team, and just getting the win.
Good luck today.
Welcome back to the pregame show. We're going to start teasing today's game of Amityville versus Half Hollows Hills West. So first I'd like to point out that they both have key players on their team. Amir Dickerson, which is the third overall scorer with 24.1 average. And then Hills Hollow West is going to have Ethan St. Jean as the number 22 scorer with 18.7 points average.
So when we take a look at Hop On last game, we can see that they didn't start off the first quarter that strong. They were actually like losing the first quarter. But what's very interesting to see is even though they were not doing that well in the first quarter, the next 3 quarters they were almost flawless. They were able to come back, score a lot of points, and they were able to defend the second quarter. And even in the third quarter, where both teams were being like going back and forth with both 26-26 apart, in the fourth quarter they also did 16-16 apart. But because of that second quarter and that rebound, they were able to come back and win.
So more with Half Hollow Hills West. In the last matchup against Amityville, Half Hollow Hills West actually beat Amityville 72-67. Although Amityville started off strong, leading in the first and second quarter with 14 and 18 points, and Half Hollow Hills West only having 9 and 16. Half Hollow Hills West brought it back in the third and fourth quarter. Like I said earlier, pacing is hard in games and sports, especially basketball, where you're losing steam that third and fourth quarter. So in this situation, I think Amityville lost steam in the third and fourth quarter, where Half Hollow Hills West decided, hey, we were playing slow the first half, so second half, let's make this a lot better. Let's push it a lot more.
So this is also very interesting because we can see at East Hampton and when Half Hollow went to Amityville, in both games, Half Hollow Hill started off not that well. They started off losing. But as you mentioned, that they're building up speed. They're actually picking up the game in the later quarters. I don't know if this is a strategy the coach implemented or something. This is really like something we could see that maybe that Amityville needs to maybe like reserve some energy for the later quarters, as they might know that they will also Half Hollow Hill may do the same.
Yeah. So this is I know that this is a personal game for Amir Dickerson. So give me your keys to the game. Tell me a little bit about that.
So in this game, Amir Dickerson, as you mentioned, is a very personal game. I'm considering Amir Dickerson is third overall leaders in boys basketball. And this could be something very interesting to see, as I think Amir Dickerson will score, but also he might play a key player in like defending or anything, because he might start doing different roles with rebounds. I could see last game he started doing a bunch of rebounds, but we might see maybe more passing, more defending, as I think they're starting to switch up their strategy from the last loss. But I still think Amir Dickerson will score a lot of points.
Thank you for watching the pregame show on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. I'm your host, Christian Chica, with his co-host, Christian Reyes. Next is going to be tip-off at 11:45.
Most of us like to be out in the sun. That's why sunscreen and other safety measures are key to protecting your skin from aging and cancer. The FDA recommends using a sunscreen with a sun protection factor, or SPF, of 15 or higher. Also, look for broad spectrum on the label. That means both harmful ultraviolet A and B rays are blocked. UVA rays age the skin, UVB rays burn, and both cause cancer. But the perfect sunscreen doesn't count if you use it wrong. Don't need sunscreen on a cloudy day? Wrong. 80% of UV rays still get through the haze. Only use sunscreen at the beach? Nope. Anytime you're outside, UV rays attack the skin, so you need protection. And you have to reapply sunscreen every 2 hours. Remember, SPF plus broad spectrum equal healthy fun in the sun. Visit www.fda.gov/sunscreen for more information. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
This is Mark Stewart, center for the Amityville basketball team, and you're watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
It's time for Warriors Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Welcome back to the Amityville Broadcasting Network. I'm Aaron Kruder here with Christian Reyes, and we're here and ready for the matchup today. It's the Amityville Warriors and the Half Hollow Hills West Colts. What do you think about today's game, Christian?
Honestly, I'm very excited to see today's game because we have it's like I said, personal game for Amir Dickerson. I think that he would be a key shining player, but we shouldn't underestimate Half Hollow Hill West because they came back and they actually beat Amityville before. So this is going to be like a very good experience for both teams.
And the starters for today. For Half Hollow Hills West, we have number 11, Ethan St. Jean. Number 21, Jack Vafias. Number 22, Vince Corso. Number 24, Christian Jean. And number 30, Mason Rice. And for the Amityville Warriors, number 0, Alan Dodson Isabel. Number 10, Wes Blythe. Number 12, Ty Mason. Number 13, Dejon Clinton. And number 24, Amir Dickerson.
So, as the game is about to start, we're going to see how 12 teams. We're going to see how these starting items actually go against each other, and it's very interesting. But I want to see like both teams, as they're both going to need to adapt for this game. And I think this game will be a very high-scoring game.
We're going to set it to the national anthem.
With our national anthem.
Ready for the game today. Now, as we know, in the last matchup between these two teams, Hills West did come out on top by just a mere 5 points. So I think that, again, we'll have a very high-scoring game today and a very high-scoring close game, and we'll have to see who comes out on top. Once again, you are on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. I'm Aaron Kruder here with Christian Reyes. And we're just about ready for the game today as the teams head to the circle for tip-off. We have Takai Mason for Amityville and Vince Corso for Hills West. And Flythe tips it. Dickerson back to Flythe to Mason. And that's a layup for Mason. With just 7 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock. Rice to St. Jean. St. Jean in the paint. Just misses. Mason recovers. Intercepted by Rice. Rice heads back in the paint. Layup. Does not get it. Falls to the ground. Clinton powers down court. Long pass to Dodson Isabel. Left wing to Dickerson. Dickerson looks for a pass. Sets go in. Short two-pointer doesn't go. Vafias to St. Jean. St. Jean guarded by Dickerson. St. Jean Rice loses it out of bounds. 7 minutes, 12 seconds on the clock. Amityville leads 2-0.
As we can see that Amir Dickerson, like I said, he's defending, he's passing, and as we can see that the lob throw to make the layup. And it was very impressive as we can see Amityville starting off strong.
St. Jean left wing. Corso in the paint. He goes out of bounds. 7 minutes, 3 seconds on the clock, and will still leads 2-0. Jean on the baseline. Hills West ball. Some motioning from the refs here as we wait. Jean. Corso. Finds way to Jean again. In the paint, Clinton recovers. Dickerson in the backcourt, looking for a play here. Motions for a team, pass to Dodson Isabel. Dodson Isabel by half court, looks for a shot in the right wing. Long pass to Dickerson, left wing. Dickerson jukes out in the paint to Flife, three-pointer, and goes in. And that's Flife, three-pointer. Missed shot by Rice there. 6 minutes, 18 seconds on the clock. Emerald leads 5-0.
So we can see that both Half Hollow Hill West is also going to they're going to shoot, but they're not converting their points. And we see Fly, a key player, shooting a three-pointer, which is very exciting.
Corso, midcourt to Rice, left wing. Handoff to St. Jean. St. Jean left wing in the paint. Gets a shot off. Dickerson gets it. No points for Hills West. Dickerson, right wing. Powers through in the paint. Field goal for Dickerson. Emerald starting off strong here. 5 minutes, 54 seconds on the clock. 7-0, Emerald leads. Corso, midcourt to Rice. Rice in the paint. And a whistle is blown. No shot. And it seems that Rice will be going to the free throw line. It's a foul on Amityville's number 13, Dejon Clinton. 5 minutes, 45 seconds on the clock. Amityville leads 7-0. Can Rice break this run?
So this is very interesting. This is the first foul in the first quarter. We can see that both teams are really doing good on the defense, able to keep the fouls down, able to get them to a minimum level. But it's very interesting to see. It's like we said, it's going back and forth, which is something that we predicted in the game that was going to happen.
And Rice's first shot goes in, as does the second. Hills West now has 2 points, 5 minutes, 42 seconds on the clock. Emerald leads 7-2. Dalton Isabel, half court. Started heavily by Jean. Long pass to Flife. Flife, three-pointer. Goes in. Second three-pointer for Flife. Emerald leads 10-2 with 5 minutes, 24 seconds left in the first quarter. That's 6 points for Flife so far. St. Jean, half court. Pass to Rice, right wing. Corso, top of the key to St. Jean, left wing. Look for a shot. Jukes out. Pass to Rice, top of the key to Vafayes. Vafayes, right corner. Gets a shot, but a travel is called on him. 4 minutes, 56 seconds left in the first quarter. 10-2, Emerald leads. Flife on the baseline to Clinton. Handoff to Dickerson in the backcourt. Dickerson, half court. Pass to Dalton Isabel, right to Mason. Mason, top the key to Dickerson, left corner, in the paint. And he gets the shot. 4 minutes, 35 seconds left in the first quarter. Emerald lead by 10 points, 12-2. Rice, handoff to St. Jean, left wing. Dickerson staying on top of him. Rice, right wing. Three-pointer by Jean, just misses. Dickerson powers down court, top of the key to Clinton, three-pointer. And that's another three-pointer for Amityville, this time for Clinton. 4 minutes, 5 seconds on the clock, 15-2. This is a 7-0 run for Amityville. St. Jean. Jean, top of the key, in the paint, knocked out by Dodson Isabel. And a whistle is blown.
So as we can see that, this is a very interesting strategy for Amityville, as we can see that Flife is really taking a really big pull. And we can see that three-pointers, and we can see that Half Hollow Hill West have not been trying to stop these three-pointers. Their defense have not been going after these players, which allows Amityville to go very deep.
That's St. Jean to Vafayes, right wing, looks for a shot to Corso in the paint, and a whistle is blown. That's a travel. Again, another travel on Hills West. 3 minutes, 47 seconds, 15-2, Amityville is winning.
And not only with the energy on the court, the crowd is also going insane with a very loud crowd today. We can see that both teams are very excited and very energetic.
Turnover as Dodson Isabel falls to the floor. We have Corso to Jean, right corner, three-pointer, does not go, but a whistle is also blown. 3 minutes, 31 seconds on the clock, 15-2. He's gonna, and Jean is going to shoot 3 free throws.
We can see that he's better shoot 3 free throws, but we can see that fouls are only being committed on Amityville's side, which isn't that big of a problem, but it's probably something that the coach might ask in like the second quarter to maybe lower it or try to find a new way to like mitigate this. Because as right now, that's the only way high followaways are able to get points.
First shot doesn't go as he almost hits his teammate with the ball. Second shot did not go in. First shot went in. And the third. Hills West ends Amityville's 7-0 run. 3 minutes, 28 seconds on the clock, 30 seconds on the shot clock. Amityville leads 15-4. Dickerson at half court to Dotson Isabel. To Mason, top of the key. Dickerson, left wing. Dickerson looks for a shot. 3-pointer, no. Clinton, 3-pointer. Right off the rim. St. Jean. St. Jean runs hard down court. Layup doesn't go thanks to Clinton's defense. But Hills West recovers. Corso, Rice, left wing, in the paint. Defense by Clinton there. No shot is thrown. And again, heavy defense by Clinton in the paint there. And St. Jean is knocked to the ground. 2 minutes, 52 seconds. And that's a foul on Clinton. 15-4, Amityville in the lead, and we see St. Jean at the free throw line.
We can see that if they're going man-to-man, Amityville is winning almost every time, especially with Clinton. Clinton is able to lock down that offense that Half Hollow Hill West does and have on them.
The substitution here. Reich out for McMorris, and
we can see that most of the points right now is only free throws points, which is very interesting as they haven't been able to shoot. Oh, they have. We can see that they haven't, like, Half Hollow Wells have not scored from like anywhere else beside the free throw line, which is very interesting to see.
Dawson Isabel, half court, right wing. So pressed by Mason. Mason to Dickerson, top of the key. Dickerson, heavy two-man by Hills West. Flythe, three-pointer, doesn't go. Jean recovers to St. Jean. St. Jean, top of the key, in the paint. And an easy layup for Hills West there. First points on the board, not from the free throw line. 2 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock, 15-8. Dickerson, right wing, in the paint. And the shot goes up. It's a foul on number 13. Dawson Isabel on the baseline. Bounce pass to Mason. The shot goes in, and the foul. Opportunity for three-point play here. 17-8. I'm going to leave it 2 minutes and 9 seconds on the clock. And Mason on the free throw line now. I'm ending Hills West 6-0 run.
We can see that this is the first foul committed by Half Hollow Hill West, but we can see that Amityville has been able to move the ball pretty well. They're able to pass, shoot, move the ball.
Dickerson in the paint. And a travel on Dickerson. And Mason's free throw shot did not go in, so the score remains the same, 17-8. Amityville still in the lead here with 2 minutes and 4 seconds left in the first quarter. Baker in for Hills West on the baseline to St. Jean, backcourt. Guarded by Dickerson, top of the key, St. Jean in the paint. Knocked out by Dickerson. Wow, what an amazing play by Amityville there. Really using his height to his advantage.
As you can see, that was a very impressive shot block. As we can see, Dickerson did not really commit. He waited until the very last minute, and when he tried to go for the layup, he just blocked it. He slapped it out of his hand, which is very interesting to see.
Jean on the baseline to St. Jean, left corner. FIS, left wing, right back to Jean in the paint. Again knocked out by Amityville, this time Mason in the paint. And that's going to be a foul on Mason, and we'll see Jean at the free throw line yet again. First shot no good. Has opportunity for another. Second shot goes in. 1 minute, 47 seconds on the clock. 17-9, Amityville on the lead. Mason, long pass to Dickerson. Dickerson, half court. And a timeout is called by Coach Agostino.
As we can see, it's very interesting. They're going back and forth, but I think this timeout was being called because of the amount of fouls and the amount of free throws that they're giving half Hollow Hill West. They're able to come back or able to score points because of this. So I think he's going to make a change and try to stop this right now with this call. And then with this, we can see that both, we can see Clinton, we can see Dickerson, we can see all this, the Amityville defense able to stop them even in regular play, because in regular play, their half Hollow West have no avenue to a score. And then even if they do,
yeah, I mean, the majority, most of, if not all of Hills West points are coming from the free throw line. They've been getting a lot of fouls, and Amityville has no points from the free throw line yet because they've scored 3 3-pointers so far, and Hills West hasn't scored any 3-pointers yet. Just a lot of free throw shots, and I think that's really showing us how the game is going to play out just from the first quarter. Dickerson, to Dodson Isabel in the backcourt. Dodson Isabel, left wing to Dickerson, left corner to Mason in the paint. So layup for Mason. Jean to Baker, back to Jean, half court. Bounce pass to St. Jean. St. Jean looks for a play. 1 minute, 16 seconds on the clock. McMorris, right corner, back to St. Jean. To Vafayes, long 3-pointer. Fishbowl. St. Jean. McMorris, left corner, 3-pointer bounces off the rim. Vafayes, right corner in the paint, looks for a shot. Great defense by Amityville there. So many opportunities for a shot for Hills West, but all were denied by Amityville's defense.
Yeah, too many second chances. We can see that they had a lot of possession. They had a lot of shots, a lot of rebounds, but none of them converted. And I don't know if it's because of the Amityville's defense or it's because of their shot conversions, but it looks like they're not taking advantage of the opportunity.
Dodson Isabel, half court. 46 seconds left in the first quarter. Flies to Dickerson. Dickerson, right wing. Gets short 2-pointer. Tries to get the rebound. Bounces a different way than expected. Jean runs hard down court to Baker. Right wing to St. Jean. Handoff. 1 second difference in the game clock and shot clock. 22 seconds on the game clock. St. Jean waiting out here at midcourt, looking for a last shot. 10 seconds on the shot clock. St. Jean, top of the key, gets in the paint. And that's a travel on St. Jean. Shot clock has been turned off. 5 seconds left in the game, and it is Amityville's ball in the first quarter.
Looks like it.
Blythe in the baseline to Dickerson. 3 seconds on the clock, 2 seconds. And it's out with 0.1 seconds left or not. We run it down. We're going to head to break. Once again, I'm Aaron Kruder with Christian Reyes, and we'll see you after this break on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
I'm Jose. I work construction. I'm Jose. I work construction. My day starts at 4 a.m. Life's tight, but I eat right by choosing 1 day a week to prep multiple meals with healthy recipes. Then I freeze the extra. I save money by bringing lunch to work. Then dinner is already made. Life just got easier, and I have more time to spend with my family. To learn how to eat right when life's tight, visit snapedny.org to learn more.
SNAP-Ed is funded by USDA Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP. This institution is an equal opportunity provider.
This is Mark Stewart, center for the Amityville basketball team, and you're watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Welcome back to the Amityville Broadcasting Network. Once again, I'm Aaron Kruder here with Christian Reyes. 0.6 seconds left in the first quarter, 19-9. Amityville in the lead. I know, some problems with the clock here. It is the second quarter. Gonna wait for then fix the clock.
Okay, we can see that. They're just fixing the clock right now, but we can see that Amityville, I think with this, they're going to try to start stopping these fouls.
All right. Baker on the baseline. Long shot by St. Jean. Right off the board. Backboard. All right, yes, so confused with the clock there, but it's all right. So that was a pretty good first quarter for Amityville. You know, again, they start off pretty strong, and like I said, I think it will be a close game. But I think what Amityville needs to do is try to stop these fouls from happening, because the majority, basically all of Hills West points are coming from the free throw line. So if they can stop these fouls from happening, then they would basically be scoreless right now. But I mean, Amityville is still in the lead by 10 points right now, which is really good for them. And they're doing really good on the board right now, getting a lot of three-pointers and having some good runs. They had 2 7-0 runs early on in the game, and I think they need to keep that up.
Well, we can see that they have a flow state. They were really well. They were like not letting anything pass. They were only scoring. They almost like they were like flawless. Like they literally didn't need a thing. They just did. They did. But then as we can see now, those fouls, man, those fouls are really like changing the way this game is looking.
Starting off the second quarter, 19-9. Amityville in the lead by 10 points here.
10-point lead for your Warriors.
Okay, we can see that starting.
Corso on the sideline to St. Jean. Back to Corso, left wing. Back to St. Jean. Midcourt. Again to Corso, left corner. Gets in there and ball bounces off, no shot. Jean recovers to Baker. McMorris, top of the key. Stopped by Amityville, and that's the jump ball called on Hills West there. Amityville will recover the ball. Substitution, Reich back in for Baker.
We can see that Half Hollow who else have more possession, but we see they're not very efficient with that possession. It just looks like they don't know what to do, while Amityville is very quick, but they're scoring.
Dawson Isabel, right wing to Dickerson, right corner. Looks for a shot here. Goes in, loses the ball. McMorris to Jean. St. Jean, top of the key. Again, almost picked out by Mason there, but Hills West recovers. And that's Corso. And 2 points for Hills West. Flythe in the paint. And Amityville answers right back to Hills West. Score is now 21-11, still a 10-point difference here. So 6 minutes and 57 seconds left in this quarter. Rice to Corso, midcourt. St. Jean motions to his team here. To Jean, top of the key. McMorris, left wing, gets in the paint, misses the layup. Three-pointer by St. Jean doesn't go, recovered by Amityville, and it looks like it's a foul on Hills West there as Dickerson takes the fall. It's a foul on Jean of Hills West. It's Amityville's ball.
You can see that even though Amityville have not been like with possession as much, they're very efficient. They're able to score and they're able to be very quick. And every time the Hills West score, they're able to respond almost immediately, like without like just instantly.
Dickerson, half court. To Flythe, right wing. To Mason, top of the key, loses the ball. That's a travel on Mason. 6 minutes, 19 seconds on the clock. 21-11. Amityville in the lead here.
I think we're starting to see the Half Hollow West is starting to realize this. I think they're trying to find like maybe try to score from deep or trying to score from different places. But they could see this.
St. Jean, midcourt to McMorris, right wing. It's in the paint to Corso, back to St. Jean, left corner. St. Jean tries to get in the paint, looks for a shot. Tipped out by Flythe, but recovered by Bath IS, and that's a backcourt violation. on Hills West, and that's Admiral's ball now with just 6 minutes left in the second quarter. 21-11 still.
You can see that half hour Will West are trying to get into paint and try to get in there, but Amityville was just keeping them out right like outside the 3-point line. Even though they are outside the 3-point line, they aren't attempting it. They're still trying to find ways to go inside the paint where they look like they're scoring most points, but it's not looking out. It's looking like it's not working for them.
Timeout called here. I think we're seeing a little bit less of some plays here by both teams. You know, slowing down a little bit. I'm seeing a little bit of less fouls, but I think that, again, with what Coach Agostino mentioned in the pregame show and the coaches show, that consistency is key, and I think we are seeing a lot of that with Amityville. Not so much with Hills West, but that's good for Amityville, and it's good that they will stay consistent. Again, they have a 10-point lead. They're keeping that up right now, as you said. You know, as soon as Hills West scored, Amityville answered right back and scored again.
As you can see, that this consistency is not only with the defense, it's also with the offense as well, because in defense, they're able to keep their man, able to mark, able to make sure that every player on Hills West teams has a defender, and even if they manage to break through, there's always someone else there ready to take the away or take the block, to swap it away.
And we're back on the court. Dickerson, midcourt to Flythe, right wing. Flythe to Mason, left wing. Handoff to Dickerson. Left wing looks for someone to pass it to. Gets it to Clinton. Three-pointer goes in. First three-pointer of the second quarter. Second one in the game for Clinton. 24-11. Amityville leads with 5 minutes and 34 seconds on the clock. Reich. And that was McMorris with a missed shot there. And that's called a foul, although we see that Agostino wants to be a block, but we have McMorris to the free throw line.
We could see that Amityville was very comfortable shooting from three-pointers. They're able to, they're starting to get the confidence that they're like, oh, we're right there at the three-point, we're shooting it instantly, and it's going to go in. It looks like they have the confidence that they know that they're able to, that they know how Follow Will have no response against that.
And the first shot goes in. McMorris takes another. The second shot goes in. Score is now 24-13. 5 minutes, 29 seconds left in the first half. The Colts are 9 for 11 from the free throw line as St. Jean tips it out. And a foul is called, but no shot. The shot does not make it. And St. Jean will go to the free throw line. Again, we're seeing so much of Hills West from the free throw line.
Yeah, we can see from that play specifically that even though they were going one-to-one, Amir Dickinson did get there, but he did foul him, and it looked like the shot wasn't going to go in either, but the foul was still called. He still fouled them. And this is the only way that Half Hollow West have been able to put points on the board.
Yeah. First shot goes in. Second shot for St. Jean brings the score to 24-15. Dickerson, half court, long pass to Flythe. Flythe, right wing to Clinton in the paint. And that's a foul on Hills West, as you can clearly see. Knocked the ball straight out of Clinton's hands, and that will send him to the free throw line. This is Amityville's second visit to the free throw line today.
Yeah, we can see that at Half Hollow Willow West, even though Amityville have been on their side, they have been keeping fouls down. As we can see, this is only the second time Amityville has been a foul, and I've been at the free throw line. But we can see that there's a variety of different scorers. It's not just only one person, and we can see that because of this, they're able to shoot, and able to find points everywhere else as well.
And the first shot goes in, bringing the score to 25-15 with 5 minutes left. St. Jean, left wing to Reich. Vafayes, right wing. Corso, right corner, three-pointer for Hills West. That's Hills West's first three-pointer of the game. 25-18. Dickerson in the paint and makes the shot. 4 minutes, 35 seconds, 27-18. St. Jean, left wing. 6 points for Dickerson so far. McMorris in the paint. It's a layup for Hills West. 4 minutes, 13 seconds, 27 to 20. Dickerson, half court. Waits for a play here, and the ball is tipped out. Thank you, McMorris, for saving us. The ball was headed straight towards us. 4 minutes, 4 seconds on the clock, 27 to 20.
Yeah, we can see the half follow Will West. They're trying to see that, oh, there have been shot. There's a first shot in the 3-point, and then we see that they're trying to figure out different ways to score.
Flythe, left corner to Hines. Shot knocked down by Vafayes to McMorris in the paint. And that's another layup for McMorris. Scores now 27 to 25. Dickerson motions to his team. 6 points for McMorris. Clinton, right wing. Clinton, bounce pass to Mason. To Dickerson, left wing. Long pass to Flythe. To Clinton, right corner, 3-pointer, too short. Vafayes, bounce pass to St. Jean. St. Jean in the paint, short 2-pointer, and gets it in. Timeout called. A current 6-0 run for Hills West here. Scores now 27 to 24 with 3 minutes and 19 seconds left in the first half. Hills West has certainly picked up some speed here in the second quarter.
And we can see that St. Jean and Nick Morris have turned this game around, bringing back points instantly, super fast, able with every break they got, they were able to score points. And not even that, Amityville looked like their defense just didn't know what to do, or something happened, and like these turnovers have been really killing them, as they've been really capitalizing off them. And with St. Jean with the most scorers, it's been almost incredible to see that just in that one instance, they were able to turn it back around.
I mean, again, what Agostino talked about before was consistency, and I think Amityville needs to keep up that consistency and not let Hills West score, because again, as we keep mentioning, in the first quarter, mostly all their points from the free throw line, and now they're starting to they had a 3-pointer and had multiple 2-pointers here, so they're starting to pick up speed, they're starting to actually score from other points on the court. And Amityville needs to up their defense to try to stop that. Again, no more second chances for them after they miss shots.
Yeah, we can see that these second chances are already starting to catch up to them. They're able to starting to score these second chances now. But even though Amityville is fighting back, it's still very, very worrying to see.
Dodson Isabel, midcourt, pass to Clinton as Dodson Isabel almost stumbles. Dickerson, left corner in the paint. Glides right by Hills West defense to get that layup for Amityville, 29 to 24. That ends Hills West 6-0 run. St. Jean pass to Reich, to Corso. Corso top the key, bounced out by Amityville. Clinton to Mason, to Dickerson in the paint. Shot bounces off, rebound is taken by St. Jean. To Corso in the paint. And gets another shot for Hills West. 2 minutes, 36 seconds left in the first half, 29 to 26. This is a 3-point difference now. Dodson Isabel, long pass to Clinton. Clinton, left wing. To Mason, left corner. To Dickerson in the paint. Flythe, 3-pointer. Does not go. Recovered by Dickerson. Can he get the rebound? Yes, he can. 2 minutes, 17 seconds on the clock, 31 to 26. And that's 10 points for Dickerson in today's game so far. Reich, midcourt. Reich to St. Jean, top of the key, fakes a 3-pointer. Corso, left wing to McMorris in the paint, and a travel is called at McMorris there. Just under 2 minutes left in the first half, 31 to 26. A substitution is called. Jean back in for McMorris for Hills West.
You can see that the intensity of the game has increased tremendously as both teams are scoring. Both teams are going back and forth, almost no fouls, almost no break.
Amityville's ball, Dodson Isabel, half court to Flythe, right wing. No look to Dickerson, right corner, and a foul is called as he misses the 3-pointer, but he's going to shoot 3 points from the free throw line. First we see of Dickerson on the free throw line today.
Even though this is the first time we see Dickerson on a free throw, he's been everywhere on the court. He's been dictating the gameplay. And then we can see that even all the other players are also helping support this. And we can see that Faya, number 10, is also taking a really big role as well, as he's able to shine and able to see that he was one of the key players that we looked out for.
First shot too short, but it's all right. Amityville is only 1 out of 4 from the free throw line today. Let's see if Dickerson can make his last 2 shots. He's been very good at making them in past games. And he makes the second one, probably just nerves the first one. And we see substitution, Vafayes out for Baker coming back in for Hills West.
And we can see that Lafayette is going out, which is going to be something very interesting to see. But I think they're starting to bring a new strategy to this.
Third shot goes in for Dickerson. 1 minute, 45 seconds left in the second quarter, 33-26. St. Jean, pass blocked by Dickerson, almost goes into his own sideline there. Still Hills West ball. Jean on the sideline to St. Jean. St. Jean to Reich, left wing, into the paint. Baker cannot get a shot up thanks to Mason and Clinton there. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Still Hills West ball, 33-26. St. Jean on the baseline. Short pass to Corso. Short two-pointer does not go. Mason, Dodson Isabel in the paint. Right off the back. Recovered by St. Jean. 1 minute, 20 seconds on the clock. St. Jean in the paint. Ball goes right out. Reich with the rebound doesn't go. And Reich will shoot 2 from the free throw line. 1 minute, 15 seconds on the clock. 33-26. And that's another foul on Clinton.
Even though we can see that the defense have been good, the fouls have been still there. They're still here. The fouls, I don't know if it's something with the team or something that they would have changed, but the fouls have still been consistent. But they've been lowering down in the second quarter. It's probably because of the intensity of the two teams going back and forth.
We got a substitution. Clinton is out, presumably because of his high number of fouls here. We don't want him to foul out. And Hines back in the game. First shot goes in for Rice. Second shot, no good. Hills West is 12 out of 15 from the line today. There's a change of possession here. Hills West under their own net. St. Jean to Reich, to Corso, top of the key, in the paint to Jean, and tipped out by Flythe. And it's a foul on Hills West. 1 minute, 6 seconds left in the first half, 33-27.
Let's see how this new substitute changes the game, because I believe that with this new substitute, they're going to have to maybe switch up their strategy. But I think this is going to be a good thing. I think they're going to be able to find out a new avenue.
All right, some talking with the refs here. Flythe at the cherry stripe today.
As we can see, this is a foul, and we can see that number 10 is Flythe is going to be taking the free throws.
In Amityville's last game against Half Hollow Hills West in December, Flythe was their the number one scorer for Amityville, with 21 points on the board for that game. First shot, no good. Oh, it was good. It was good. Second shot goes in. The Warriors are 5 out of 8 from the free throw line. 35-27. Reich, long pass to Corso. To St. Jean. Back to Reich. Recovered by Flythe there. 1 minute left. Dickerson in the paint. And he gets an easy layup for Amityville there. 48 seconds on the clock. 37-27. Amityville bringing back that 10-point deficit for Hills West. St. Jean. And that's a timeout called by Hills West coach. 38 seconds left in this half. And, you know, in the beginning of the second quarter, Hills West is starting to pick up a little bit, but they still haven't had a lead in this game so far.
We can see that Amityville, even though like Hills West were going up, and we can see that Dickerson scored 16 points, and he's like out of the 10, out of the last 12 points was just him by himself. But it looked like Amityville was able to adapt to Hills West, even though if they bring up a new strategy or they find new ways. It looks like Amityville is an ever-evolving. It looks like they're evolving mid-game, mid-play, mid-shot, mid-everything. They're able to find a new response and change their ways to make it a better team.
And again, as Agostino mentioned in the coaches show, they were not on their best game last time they played Hills West. Dickerson was not the top scorer as he usually is, but it seems now that he's Amityville's top scorer currently, and that's a good thing because he's a great player and Amityville needs him on the court. St. Jean, right wing, Reich, left wing to Vafayes, and a whistle's blown. Foul on Amityville. It's a foul on Hines. And Hills West will be at the free throw line yet again. Shot clock has been turned off.
It looks like they were pushing and shoving each other, and it looks like there was like a little scuffle there, which led to this free throw. Or no, not free throw.
No free throw. St. Jean to Reich. Pass to St. Jean. There's two of them. St. Jean looking like they're holding to the last shot. Wasting some time here. The shot clock's been turned off. St. Jean, handoff to, of course, Vafayes, long three-pointer off the rim. Mason gets the rebound. Handoff to Dodson Isabel. Long pass to Hines in the paint. Flight recovers. Three-pointer. Too long, doesn't go. And that's the end of the first half. Amityville leads by 10 points, 37-27. I'm Aaron Kruger, Christian Reyes. We'll be right back for the halftime show on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Over the years, you've brought them into your home. You were prescribed opioids after the C-section, when Dad injured his back, when your basketball star tore his ACL. Opioids helped with the pain, and you held on to them just in case. But did you know holding on to unused opioids puts your family at risk? Opioids are powerful pain-reducing prescription medicines, but most people who are prescribed opioids don't finish their prescriptions. So millions of unused opioids are sitting in homes across the country. And tragically, more than 100 Americans die every day from overdoses involving opioids. What can you do to protect your family? Remove the risk of unused opioids from your home. Pills, patches, or syrups in drawers, purses, and cabinets, anywhere they might be hiding. To find out how to dispose of them properly, visit www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
Unlike other health concerns, mental illness is not always easy to see. Depression won't show up on an eye chart, and you can't measure it on your bathroom scale. Sorting out a mental health concern is not something to attempt on your own. You won't find a bipolar disorder by looking at a thermometer. Like many other health conditions, help for mental illness takes professional diagnosis and treatment. Anxiety won't just go away under a stick-on bandage. So the sooner you seek treatment, the better. If you or a loved one has a mental health concern, don't go it alone. Find out what to do. For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral, call 1-800-662-HELP. Learn more at samhsa.gov/support. That's samhsa.gov/support.
I've been driving trucks for a long time. Safety is my #1 priority. I know that my truck has huge blind spots. That's why I remember to check my mirrors often for smaller vehicles. Everyone can help keep our roads safe. Next time you're behind the wheel, try to avoid lingering in those blind spots. It can be dangerous. Let's all plan to share the road safely. Learn how at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
Coach Agostino, the head basketball coach for the Amityville Warriors, and you're watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Basketball Network.
This is the Warriors Basketball Halftime Show on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Welcome back to the Amityville Broadcasting Network. I'm your host, Christian Chicas, and our co-host, Christian Reyes, for the halftime show. What an exciting game this has been, especially Amityville leading off with a 7-0 run and only being broken by free throws by Half Hollow Hills West.
I know, it's very interesting to see, and we can see this is a vast contrast to the last game they played. This game has been very high scoring from both teams. And Amityville, we said, like as we said in the pregame show, they're going into this flow state. They're able to find it, and they were able to go crazy. Like as we said, if it wasn't for that free throw, it would have been a 14-0 run.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that free throw, it would have been a 14-0 run, because right after that free throw, Amityville proceeds to go on another 7-0 run, broken by Half Hollow Hills West 6-0 run of their own.
Yeah, but we can see that even though they were going into this for like flow state, we can see that Half Hollow Hills West were able to go into a 6-0 run. But then right after, they were going into back and forth, and we could see that the intensity picked up for both teams, and we can see that this is because of the fouls that Amityville had been committing, because they were able to come back and put points on the board.
Amityville definitely came off this game very explosive in the first quarter, as the first quarter ended off as 19-9 in Amityville's favor. So Amityville really was putting in numbers at the beginning, and something I noticed is every time the paint was open, Amityville always decided to capitalize on that. If they were ever not guarding the paint, or they didn't have two people guarding the person pushing the paint, then it would usually lead to an easy layup of 2 points.
You can see that each player on the field oozes of confidence. They weren't scared of the Hollow West defenders, and they see if they had an open shot, they were going to shoot, and they feel like with the confidence they're going to make it. They're going to convert that shot. We didn't see this with Hollow Hills West in the first half, as they were shooting, but they weren't converting. This probably maybe put a dent into their confidence as they were shooting, but they weren't converting anything. While Amityville just took one shot, and boom, in the net, swish, easy.
Even though Amityville's offense was definitely oppressive, like you said, it was definitely just one shot, easy, boom. But you also have people like number 11 on Half Hollows Hill West, St. Jean, who I found out was a key player in Half Hollows Hills West. He's the number 22nd statistical leader in the boys basketball. But also, after every point Amityville made, something I realized is they're always passing the ball to him so he can run it down the court. He's usually the one finding openings for his other teammates so that they can score points.
But we can see that even though this wasn't working at first, it was very interesting because as soon as Mick Morris entered the game, it was almost like something like the key switch. Mick Morris was allowed to also score, also allowed to play with St. Jean, and then both of them were able to find like this balance in which both of them were able to score. And it was like this entering Mick Morris, putting Mick Morris in, allowed St. Jean's to fully flourish in the game.
Mick Morris definitely has really good chemistry with St. Jean. Now going on to the second quarter, we see Mick Morris and St. Jean putting up a lot of numbers, going on a 6-0 run of their own, and leading Half Hollows Hills West in their own points.
And we can see that Mick Morris was like, if he showed himself as to be one of the key players, or like a key to unlocking Half Hollow West to be better and able to catch up to Amityville, with even a moment instance where Amityville was only 3 points up. But as we can see that the defense, they almost adapted to this. They almost like looked at it. They were able to look at it and stop this, and they were able to find new ways to maybe like stop this, be able to change. It's like an ever-evolving team. It's super.
Yeah, I like your opinion on this, where Mick Morris is basically the glue of the team. Mick Morris came in, helped St. Jean bring the team together, and with the team brought together now, they're putting up numbers. Like I said, first quarter ended at 19-9, but second quarter is 37-27 final score in Amityville's favor. Still, we're 10 points behind, or Half Hollows Hills is 10 points behind Amityville still, but they're starting to put up these numbers. This is a lot better than the first quarter, where you see Half Hollows Hills actually like pushing themselves. They got 16 points this quarter, and they're being really oppressive in moments against Amityville, where they're trying to stop the paint as much as they can.
Yeah, it's almost like they almost like Half Hollow West gave them a wake-up call, gave them a reason to actually wake up and realize that they're not just gonna sit there and let Amityville dominate over them. They're actually gonna fight back. They're actually gonna show their what they got, show their grit, and that led to such deep intensity in which it was a back and forth scores from both sides. and it was going super back and forth, and it showed that both teams, they really woke up and they really were playing better. They were playing more intensity, and it was like Amityville also like knew that, oh, they had to like lock in. They were able to like actually like improve.
Yeah, Half Hills, like you said, is definitely bringing up this intensity as we see, where Amityville did not go on a run in the second quarter. It was only back and forth shots. They were never able to go on a clean run like they did in the first quarter, where they got 2 7-0 runs. In the second quarter, Half Hills West was the only team that went on a 6-0 run. Other than that, Amityville is only scoring the occasional 2 points, their free throws. We're not really seeing any 3-pointers either in the second quarter.
And we can see, so for the keys for the second half is players to look out for. We have Phil, Fife, we have Dickerson, and we also have St. Jean. These 3 players, but we also have Clinton as well for the defense. And then maybe we're gonna, even though McMorris was subbed out, I think he might get subbed back in. I believe that these 5 players are gonna be key to dictating the game. And depending on how these 5 players play, how they adapt to each other, and looking out for each other, I think this will dictate whether it's gonna be tipping more into Hollow West's side or going into more Amityville's side.
Yeah, following up on that, like you said Amir Dickerson was one of the key players in this game, and we can really see that because Amir Dickerson this feels like a very personal game to him, and you can see it in his play. He's playing very aggressive. He's playing to win this game. So, thank you for watching the halftime show. I'm your host, Christian Chicas, with your co-host, Christian Reyes, and we'll be back when halftime show is over. Thank you.
Over the years, you've brought them into your home. You were prescribed opioids after the C-section, when Dad injured his back, when your basketball star tore his ACL. Opioids helped with the pain, and you held on to them just in case. But did you know holding on to unused opioids puts your family at risk? Opioids are powerful pain-reducing prescription medicines, but most people who are prescribed opioids don't finish their prescriptions. So millions of unused opioids are sitting in homes across the country. And tragically, more than 100 Americans die every day from overdoses involving opioids. What can you do to protect your family? Remove the risk of unused opioids from your home. Pills, patches, or syrups in drawers, purses, and cabinets, anywhere they might be hiding. To find out how to dispose of them properly, visit www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
Coach Agostino, the head basketball coach for the Amityville Warriors, and you're watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Basketball Network.
Welcome back to the Amityville Broadcasting Network. Once again, I'm Aaron Kruger here with Christian Reyes. I'm here about to start off the second half of this game. Start off pretty strong, very competitive game, 37-27 right now at the half. Amityville leads by 10 points. Dickerson leads in points for Amityville, and St. Jean leads in points for Hills West. Mason, right corner. Mason, Clinton in the paint. And again, 10 seconds in, we have points on the board for Amityville. Clinton, the layup, 39-27. Amityville. And a layup by St. Jean does not go, and it's a travel called on St. Jean. The Warriors now on a 6-0 run going back to the second quarter. Great start to the second half here. Dodds and Isabel, half court, pass to Clinton, just to Dickerson, left wing, left corner, 3-pointer, no good. Hills West recovers. St. Jean, bounce pass to Corso, right wing. Reich in the paint, and that's a foul on Hills West, on Reich. Clinton will have 2 shots at the free throw line. Or no. Reich will have 2 shots at the free throw line.
And we can see that like 10 seconds in the game, the intensity has been going crazy, and they were able to shoot. And this is another problem, another foul.
First shot goes in. Again, starting off with free throw shots for Hills West. Nothing new today that we've seen. Second shot goes in, brings the score to 39-29. Amityville still in the lead here by 10 points, 7 minutes, 16 seconds. Long shot by Mason there. Dickerson in the paint. St. Jean to Rice. Rice, right wing. Right corner, three-pointer does not go for Jean. Corso with the rebound, tipped out by Mason. So much happening. And no shot is thrown. Foul on Hills West there. 6 minutes, 46 seconds in the third quarter. 39-29.
That was very worrying as like the rebounds. Like you can see half hollow low. They were literally shooting like 3-4 times in the rebound, but no one could get the ball back for Amityville. It was like they really need to improve on that, and this is something that we're seeing, that they're not able to get these rebounds back, which is very
Dickerson, Dodson Isabel to Mason, top of the key. Dickerson, left wing, goes to long two-pointer. Shot is no good. Whistle blown. Foul on the floor here. Lots of passion from both benches here, from both coaches. Amityville's ball, Dodson Isabel on the baseline. To Mason in the paint. Goes for the layup, misses, gets it back, and tips it out of bounds.
We can see that the energy from both sides of the field are very insane. We can see that both the bench, the players, everything. We can see that all of them have the energy. Everyone is excited. Everyone is pumped up for this game.
6 minutes and 26 seconds on the clock. Hills West ball. St. Jean, right wing. Looks for a shot. Three-pointer. Around the rim. It's a toilet bowl flush for St. Jean. Amityville's ball, Dawson Isabel to Mason, top of the key. In the paint, almost loses the ball, but gets it back. Out to Dodson Isabel. Three-pointer goes in. Again, Amityville answering back to Hills West right away. 5 minutes, 50 seconds on the clock, 42-32. Rice to McMorris, right wing. In the paint. And shot two does not go in. It's a foul on Dodson Isabel.
It was Dodson's first three-pointer, and this is very interesting to see. We see two back-to-back three-pointers, but we still see the fouls being inconsistent. We can see that half hollow Wells West are getting most of their points from the free throw line, but there have been with these three-pointers, we can see that both teams are capable of shooting three-pointers, and we see that Amityville has been taking more advantage of this.
It was actually Dodson Isabel's first points of the entire game, not just first three-pointer. But McMorris, both shots are good from the free throw line. Dodson Isabel in the backcourt, guarded heavily by St. Jean. Left wing, Dodson Isabel to Dickerson. Right wing, dribbles. Right past Rice in the paint. Gets in, a whistle is blown, and the shot is in. That's good for a play here. Chance for a three-point play. 5 minutes, 26 seconds on the clock. Amityville leads 42-34. Dickerson once again to the free throw line.
You can see that this is Dickerson's bag, but we can see that Dickerson has not been fouled lately, but this is he's able to convert these free throws, and you can see that he is the leading top scorer for Amityville, as we saw, as we predicted.
And Dickerson gets his shot in at the charity stripe. Corso, right wing, short two-pointer by Vafayes. Dodson Isabel, half court to Hines. Hines to Dickerson, right wing. Back to Hines, to Dickerson in the paint. Easy layup for Dickerson. 47-36, Amityville in the lead. Still 4 minutes and 53 seconds left in third quarter. McMorris in the paint. Rice, layup. All good for Rice there. 4 minutes, 44 seconds, 47-38. Amityville still in the lead. Dickerson. Dodson Isabel Dickerson, 19 points so far in this game. Ooh, ball rolls away. A fight for the ball on the court here, and Hills West gets it, but timeout is called by Agostino. It's a very smart timeout, and Hills West coach does not look happy there.
Talk about tactical plays. Even though we're focusing on the people with the ball, we can see off the ball and the way Amityville was able to run. We can see that Amityville, the offense is able to run even with off the ball. They're able to shift the Hollow West defense into a way where it allows Amityville to score. And as we can see, even with the coach, because that was a very loose ball, but he called a timeout very strategically, stopping the play, stopping the momentum the Hollow West had. It's incredible to see, as we can see that every player is playing a part, even though you might not see it, even though they might not have the ball. They're playing an important part. They're able to show that they are thinking about the game, that they're able to see and dictate what each player does. And we can see that Hollow Hill West been able to do this as well, but they were able to do it in a more different manner because they did it in a more direct manner, while the Warriors are able to do it in a more secretive manner.
McMorris, top of the key, in the paint, loses the ball, gets it back. Vafayes, right wing. Corso, right corner short, two-pointer doesn't go. And Mason falls to the ground. Hills West gets the ball back. Shot is no good. Lots of emotion from the Hills West bench. Wow, so passionate. The foul occurred before the shot was thrown, so the shot is no good.
You can see that it almost looks like his stuff is going into Amityville's favor, and Hollow Hills West coach isn't liking this. It's almost like things are not going in his favor. Things that he thinks should happen is not happening, and he's very upset about this.
Corso to St. Jean in the paint. Shot no good. Hines recovers to Mason. Mason in there. Loses the ball, gets it back. Dickerson, left corner. Right to Hines. It's a jump ball. And possession goes towards Hills West. 3 minutes, 42 seconds on the clock. 47-38, Amityville leading by 9 points now. Rice, St. Jean. St. Jean. Vafayes, back to St. Jean. Corso, right corner, three-pointer, bounces off. Rice recovers. Rice, long pass to McMorris, three-pointer, bounces off the back. Tipped off by Hines. Mason recovers to Flythe in the paint, and he gets it. 3 minutes, 60 seconds on the clock, 49-38. Amityville leading by 11 points now. Rice in the paint, and Amityville comes up to stop it.
We can see that Flythe has 12 points, and we can see highlighted in the pregame show, he is one of the key players, and it looks like we were right about him. He is showing his worth. He is showing, even though he's not as big as Amir Dickerson, he is showing how he is very valuable of a player.
Rice at the free throw line misses the first shot, but Hills West is now 16 out of 20 from the free throw line today. Almost twice as much from the free throw line as Amityville has been. Second shot, all good. Now 17 out of 21 from the free throw line here. Hills West. Amityville's ball, Dodson Isabel. Half court, 3 minutes on the clock. Dodson Isabel, right wing to Flythe, left wing. Looks for a shot, long pass to Dickerson, right corner, three-pointer, right off the rim. Mason recovers in the paint, and that's a travel on Mason. He looks pretty shocked there. And Martinez in for Hines.
Go, get on him, let's go.
2 minutes, 45 seconds on the clock, 49-39. Rice to Vafayes, three-pointer, too short. St. Jean in the paint. Shot does not count yet again. Another foul on the floor.
Now, what's very interesting with this substitution is Martinez. We can see that he's one of the tallest players on the team, and I think this is going to help with rebounds. And I think this is going to be like the thing the coach thinks putting him in will stop the rebounds and will like help them out, Amityville out getting these rebounds, and maybe he plays better defense as well.
First shot good for St. Jean at the charity stripe. But, height is a really good thing that works in favor for Amityville at the free throw line. As we've seen in the girls' games, too, one of their tallest players, Anaya Hampton, she's great at the rebounds because of her height. So I really hope that we can see that with Martinez in the boys' game here today. Second shot all good. No good. Dickerson, three-pointer from Flythe. No good. Mason, two-pointer. 2 minutes, 22 seconds on the clock, 51 to 40. Emerald leads by 11. St. Jean, midcourt, stared down by Dickerson. St. Jean intercepted by Flythe to Dickerson. Rebound by Dodson Isabel. 2 minutes on the clock, 53 to 40. What is Hills West answer? Reich, Corso, three-pointer, too short. Martinez to Dickerson. Dickerson in the paint. Dodson Isabel, three-pointer. And he gets it. Whole Amityville bench is standing up right now. Great sense of team, sense of family from the team here. And this crowd right here, phenomenal.
So all in the second half, 8 points by Dodson Isabel, and we can see that the crowd is going crazy as we can see that this is a 7-0 run from Amityville, and we can see that this substitute, it's almost like something's changed. It's almost like Colorado West like preemptively changed their strategy, but Amityville probably saw this, and they just kept doing the same thing. They were able to do everything. They were able to come in, and they were to go in this 7-0 run, showing their dominance, and it was almost like back and forth. As soon as like they got the ball, score, and even when Hollow West got the ball, they were to take it back and then just score immediately, which is something insane to see, even with this new substitute, Anthony Martinez.
I mean, especially starting the second quarter, Hills West was starting to pick up a little bit, and they were able to close the gap just a little bit, although they never got a lead, but they were still able to make a tiny bit of a comeback. But Amityville keeps answering right back, and now they're not a 16-point deficit in the game, 56 to 40. Amityville in the lead with just 1 minute 42 seconds left in the third quarter. And as Dodson Isabel scored that last three-pointer, we saw so much energy, not only from the crowd, but from Amityville's bench as well. And it's not just the varsity players on the bench. Agostino mentioned that they have a couple JV players on the bench too. So it's really nice that we can see that sense of friendship on the team here. Baker to McMorris, St. Jean midcourt, looks for a shot. St. Jean to Baker, right wing. Right back to St. Jean in the paint. Short two-pointer, does not go. Recovered by Martinez, using his height to his advantage, as we said. Mason, shot goes out. That's Martinez's second rebound of the game.
We can see like an effect because of these rebounds. It's almost like Amityville was able to be so explosive. They were able to get the ball off and get the ball to the other end super fast as a result of this.
Long pass to Flythe. Dodson Isabel, right wing. Dickerson, right corner, three-pointer. And the six in for Amityville. 10-0 run for Amityville, 59 to 40, with just under a minute left in the third quarter. Baker, top of the key. St. Jean. Vernat in the paint. Amityville recovers. Dickerson. 22 points for Dickerson in today's game. Dodson Isabel to Flythe. Left corner, long pass to Dickerson, right wing. Does not go, goes up for the rebound. Martinez gets it. That's a foul on Martinez. 37 seconds on the clock. 59 to 40. Amityville in the lead.
We could see that even though that was a foul, we could see that the rebounds and everything is able to help. And we're able to help with this, and we can see that even though this is another foul, we can see that we can see that the fouls are still a problem, but we can see that Amityville is really like going super strong with this. They're able to go back, they're able to score. Almost like this new confidence that they found is like going, it's like oozing to every player on the team, not only like Dickerson, not even only the key players. It almost looks like everyone is comfortable. Like they have no pressure on them. Like they have nobody there. They can just do what they want. They can freely move how they want.
And those are Vernot's first points of the day. He's just newly in the game this quarter. And both his free throw shots go in. Hills West is 20 out of 25 from the line. 30 seconds on the clock, 27 seconds on the shot clock. Dickerson, midcourt. To Flythe, left wing, back to Dickerson. Dickerson waits it out. Looks for a shot. Dishes out to Dodson Isabel, right wing. Bounce pass right back to Dickerson. 10 seconds on the shot clock, back to Dodson Isabel, right wing. Again to Dickerson, 8 seconds on the clock, 5 seconds on the shot clock, and a whistle is blown. It's a reach-in foul on McMorris of Hills West. 4 seconds on the shot clock, 6 seconds on the game clock for the third quarter. Dickerson on the sideline. Dodson Isabel, shot clock has been turned off. 5 seconds on the shot on the clock. And Hills West intercepts. Baker, long three-pointer. Doesn't go. 59-42, Anvil leads. Once again, I'm Aaron Kruger here with Christian Reyes, and you're watching the Anvil Broadcasting Network.
I've been driving trucks for a long time. Safety is my #1 priority. I know that my truck has huge blind spots. That's why I remember to check my mirrors often for smaller vehicles. Everyone can help keep our roads safe. Next time you're behind the wheel, try to avoid lingering in those blind spots. It can be dangerous. Let's all plan to share the road safely. Learn how at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
Coach Agostino, the head basketball coach for the Amityville Warriors, and you're watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Basketball Network.
Welcome back to the Anvil Broadcasting Network. I'm Aaron Kruger here with Christian Reyes, and we are just about the start of the fourth quarter here. What an exciting game so far. We're seeing a lot of work here from both teams. Scores 59-42. Anvil's leading by 17 points. The biggest gap we've seen so far in today's game.
Yes, this big gap, we can see that it's been extended and almost like in the third quarter and the fourth quarter going into. I think Amityville is a better team. They're going better. They're adapting, like I said. And you can see
Dodson Isabel, right wing to Flythe. Flythe, top of the key. Dodson Isabel, right wing. Dickerson, right corner. Gets in the paint. And that's a travel on Dickerson. Good play by Hills West defense there. Drawing out those fouls. They've been doing that all game.
You can see that
Baker on the baseline to St. Jean. St. Jean to McMorris, left wing. St. Jean, left wing. Three-pointer. No good. Martinez recovers. Fights for the ball with Baker. And that's a jump ball on Baker. Hills West possession. Crowd love that. Layup by Burnett. Burnett has the last 4 points for Hills West, with just newly coming in the game last quarter. Dodson Isabel to Flythe. Flythe to Mason. Martinez in the paint, intercepted by Baker. Baker to St. Jean. Long pass to McMorris. Layup. But Flythe saves the day. Hills West stays in possession of the ball. 7 minutes, 7 seconds left in the game. 59-44. Baker, left corner. To Jean. St. Jean in the paint. No good. Renat tries to lay up. Recovered by Flythe. Flythe to Dickerson.
Let's go,
And a whistle is blown. So confusion here. Substitution. Clinton back in for Martinez. He was out earlier because he has 3 fouls, I believe, right now. So we don't for him to foul out would be bad for Amityville. Dodson Isabel, midcourt. Great defense by Hills West there, getting the ball back. St. Jean, the layup. Dodson Isabel tries to stop it, but you really need someone like Dickerson to come up and snap the ball down. 6-0 run for Hills West. Dickerson, Dodson Isabel. Dodson Isabel jukes out the defense. Dickerson in the paint, tries to get it up. The defense is too much. Baker to St. Jean. St. Jean in the paint to Jean, left corner. Flythe gets the rebound to Clinton, almost loses it, gets it back. Clinton, long pass to Mason. Tipped out into the Warriors sidelines. It is the Warriors ball. 6 minutes, 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter, 59-46. Dodson Isabel, half court. Dodson Isabel, Clinton, left wing. Dickerson, left corner, three-pointer, no good. Tipped out by Mason, but recovered by St. Jean. Clinton gets the ball in the paint. Clinton cannot get it up. 5 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock. 59-46. Clinton will now go to the free throw line.
Even though there was a 6-0 run from Hollow Hills West, we could see that the defense is really like improving for Amityville. They were able to shut down or able to keep, even keep them out. They had a lot of possession, Hollow Hills West, but they weren't scoring. It was like a stagnant, and they were able to keep that down.
The first point of the fourth quarter for Amityville scored by Clinton from the free throw line. First shot is good. Second shot, no good. Tipped out by Dickerson as he points to Hills West. Warriors now 7 of 11 from the line. Ironic since it's 7-11 next door. 60-46, Amityville in the lead. St. Jean, big layup, misses. Dickerson, half court. Dickerson in the paint, layup, and goes in. Again, so much energy from the crowd today. 5 minutes, 25 seconds on the clock, 62-46. Dickerson will go to the free throw line with a foul on Baker from Hills West.
There has been more fouls on Hollow Hills West. We can see that Amityville is now more into the paint, more at free throws. They're shooting more free throws now because they're getting more fouls. And we can see that they're able to convert it now. They're converting these free throws. They're taking the opportunities that Hollow Hills West had in the beginning of the game.
25 points for Dickerson now as he gets a shot from the charity stripe. McMorris, top of the key, in the paint. And he cannot get it in. 5 minutes, 14 seconds on the clock. McMorris to the free throw line.
We can see that McMorris is back in the game, and he's also going to be scoring more free throw line. We can see that even though Half Hollow Will West haven't been doing that great, we can see that they have. He's getting able to shoot. He's able to get more play time. And I think maybe in the next couple of games they're able to adapt to him and maybe can bring him into a key player.
Second shot goes in. Timeout is called. Score is 63-48. 5 minutes, 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Hills West is now 22 out of 27 from the line.
Both Amityville had a very strong third and fourth quarter. They were able to rack up points, able to score. They've been everything. They've been doing everything correctly. Half Hollow Hills West has been having very difficulties trying to bring this Amityville team down. They have been struggling on the defense. Amityville has been going in there, scoring, And the only points that High Follow West have been able to score are these from the free throw lines, which is not something that you really want to see, as you know, you want to like differentiate your scorers and maybe differentiate the way you score, which Amityville has done almost perfectly. And even with substitutions, these substitutions have proved to be meaningful. Anthony Martinez has only been substituted for a little bit, but we could see he was able to get the rebounds, he was able to defend, and you could see everyone was applauding his energy. Everyone, even though he was there for a short time, everyone was there giving his praises while he was still there.
Yes.
And we could. Okay, so for Amityville and Half Hollow Whale West are going back into the game, and they're going at the end of the break.
So no big runs so far in the fourth quarter. Let's see if they can make it happen. There's just about 5 minutes left. 5 minutes, 14 seconds left in this quarter. Amityville's ball. Mason to Clinton in the backcourt. Dickerson, half court to Clinton. Clinton, long pass to Flight, almost goes out. Dickerson recovers in the paint. Dodson Isabel, right corner, three-pointer goes in. Again, another three-pointer for Dodson Isabel. 4 minutes, 51 seconds on the clock, 66 to 48. McMorris, right wing. McMorris to Vafayes. St. Jean, left wing. St. Jean to Jean, top of the key. And gets it shot in. Two-pointer for Hills West. Dickerson to Clinton, Flight, right corner. Three-pointer, no good. And Mason with the rebound. 68 to 50. McMorris in the paint. To Bernard. 4 minutes, 4 seconds on the clock, 68 to 52. Amityville's ball, Clinton, right wing. Bounce pass to Dickerson. Dickerson left wing to Flight. Flight in the paint. And he gets a layup for Amityville. 70 to 52 now. 3 minutes, 44 seconds on the clock. Jean, right wing. Long shot. And Bernard again for Hills West. 70 to 54 now. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Dickerson in the paint. And that's Dickerson for Amityville. 72 to 54. 3 minutes and 20 seconds. St. Jean. St. Jean with another 2 points for Hills West. Wow, this is such back and forth gameplay we're seeing here. It's like whenever Hills West, again, we've seen this before earlier in the game, whenever Hills West scores, Amityville answers back immediately, but now we're seeing that with both teams. They're just going back and forth. As soon as one scores, they go down the court and there's a score, and it just goes back and forth to keep doing it.
It's almost like a river of points going from both teams. Both teams are shooting, both teams are scoring, and as Amityville was able to score, we see that like there's been different like ways of scoring. We can see that Hudson was able to score a lot this game, and in the second half he was able to shine and flourish, and they're not scared to shoot from the three. They're not scared to shoot from inside the paint. They're not scared to run in. This might be a problem for High Follow Hill West, as they may not been able to show the same confidence that Amityville had during second quarter and beyond.
I mean, as we're seeing here, as I said earlier, there hasn't been any big runs in the fourth quarter. They just keep going back and forth. And I think that's what we like to, that's kind of like consistency with the scoring. Yes, they're letting the other team score, but they're scoring again right back. So both teams, it could go in anyone's favor. I mean, Amityville is in the lead here, but it is 3 minutes left in this game. Mason, but Corso goes out, and it's still Amityville's ball. 72 to 56. Dickerson on the baseline. And the whistle blown immediately. going on here? A little bit of confusion here. But we carry on. Dickerson to Mason to Clinton in the backcourt. Side pass to Dickerson. Dickerson, left wing. Dickerson, top of the key. 3 minutes left. Dickerson. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Dickerson. Defense closes in. And a foul is called. Timeout is called.
30-second timeout.
Well, that was defense started closing on Dickerson real fast.
The defense of Wilfeld West are starting to go after Dickerson, but I believe Amityville was also trying to slow down. They know they're in a huge point. They have like a huge point on High Hollow Hills West, so they're probably going to slow down, try to keep possession, try to like move the ball around, but not necessarily score, but make sure to like stop High Hollow Hills West from scoring on them, and maybe just keep the ball more, and like just run the clock down from this point on.
And I think that's what they were probably trying to do. There's just under 3 minutes left, and we saw Dickerson waiting for the shot. And I think we're going to see a lot more of that in the final 3 minutes. Dickerson, right wing, three-pointer, does not go. Lots of enthusiasm from the crowd again. Rice to Vafayes. Left corner, Baker, or Jean. Missed shot by Corso. Jean in the paint. 2 points for Hills West. Clinton, midcourt. Clinton to Flythe, left corner. Three-pointer goes out of the rim. Long pass by Jean. Too long and goes out. It is Amityville's ball. 2 minutes, 10 seconds on the clock. 72-58.
Amityville was running down the ball, running down the time. They're trying to keep possession, even though High Hollow Hills West are putting pressure on them.
Dickerson on the baseline, looks for this, throw it to, gets it to Mason. Guarded heavily by Hills West. Dickerson almost loses it, gets it back. Dickerson half court to Clinton, almost intercepted by Vafayes, but Clinton in the paint. Gets it for Amityville, score now 74-58, 1 minute, 53 seconds on the clock. Rice, top of the key, gets it to St. Jean. Three-pointer, right off the rim. Rebound by Corso, recovered by Clinton. Gets it out to Dickerson. Backhand pass to Flythe, gets it back in, but it's recovered by Jean of Hills West. And a foul. Amityville getting maybe a little too fancy with their passing here, but in the final 1.5 minutes of this game, can they afford to do that?
I feel like they can afford to do that. They're like in the lead, and I think they're trying to bring it like Saturday, trying to just have fun at this point.
Vafayes to Jean, right corner, right wing. Jean, long two-pointer. Clinton. That's a foul on Rice. Still Amityville's ball. 1 minute, 18 seconds left in this game. 74-60. And a substitution for Hills West. McMorris back in. Jean on the bench again. Dodds and Isabel on the sideline. And Clinton out. Hines back in for Amityville. Just waiting to start again here. Dodds and Isabel to Dickerson. Dickerson. Dickerson to Dodds and Isabel, left wing. Dodds and Isabel to Hines, intercepted by Vafayes. To Rice. Rice, left wing. Back to Vafayes. Vafayes, top of the key. To St. Jean, layup. And the layup's good for Hills West. Dickerson. Dickerson to Dodds and Isabel. Dodds and Isabel, left wing. To Hines. Hines, top of the key. Two-pointer. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 76-62. Amityville leads. St. Jean to McMorris. McMorris back to St. Jean, top of the key. In the paint, gets it out to Corso. Corso, three-pointer, no good. Dodds and Isabel, long pass to Blythe, 23 seconds on the clock. Shot no good. Hines recovers. Shot clock has been turned off. Hines loses the ball. 15 seconds on the clock. McMorris looks for a shot. Corso, no good. Rebound, no good. Finally by McMorris. 4 seconds on the clock. Long shot by Dawes and Isabel. Dickerson decides not to shoot. And that's game. Amityville wins 76-64. What a game today. Pretty good gameplay by both teams. And we saw a lot of gameplay from Dickerson. And, you know, as Agostino said in the coaches show, he didn't get as much action in their last game against Hills West. But he was looking to change that for today's game, and he certainly did. He was the leading scorer for Amityville today, along with Blythe. Blythe was the lead scorer in their game against Hills West in December. So, ending on this game, what are your final thoughts?
You can see that Amityville, they looked like they studied half Hollow West, and it shows with the point difference. They were able to go in, dominate. They were able to find. They were able to do almost everything pretty well. They were able to get points on the board, and it shows. They were winning, and at the end, you can see that they were getting a little bit confidence, maybe a little bit arrogant, which led to very nice plays from St. Jean, and then half Hollow West scoring more points. But overall, Amityville was a very strong team, and they showed it over today in this game.
And what a game here today. Once again, I'm Aaron Kruger here with Christian Reyes. 76-64, Amityville does come out on top. You're on the Amityville Broadcast Network. We'll be right back for the post-game show.
If you're talking, they will hear you.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how. And we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. Not just one time, but every chance we get. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids not only need to know the dangers and how to avoid them, they need to hear it often from you. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids and guide them through the challenges of growing up safe and healthy. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
So talk, they hear you. You can do it if you try.
Unlike other health concerns, mental illness is not always easy to see. Depression won't show up on an eye chart, and you can't measure it on your bathroom scale. Sorting out a mental health concern is not something to attempt on your own. You won't find a bipolar disorder by looking at a thermometer. Like many other health conditions, help for mental illness takes professional diagnosis and treatment. Anxiety won't just go away under a stick-on bandage. So the sooner you seek treatment, the better. If you or a loved one has a mental health concern, don't go it alone. Find out what to do. For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral, call 1-800-662-HELP. Learn more at samhsa.gov/support. That's samhsa.gov/support.
Coach Agostino, the head basketball coach for the Amityville Warriors, and you're watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Basketball Network.
Welcome back to the Amityville Broadcasting Network. I'm your host, Christian Chukas, with your co-host, Christian Reyes, for the post-game show today. Well, that was an exciting game. Definitely a difference from the beginning half and the second half. Third quarter, it started off with a little bit of back and forth, and then eventually Amityville goes on a 10-0 run. And I think, like you said in the halftime show, where Amir Dickerson really was one of those key players for Amityville.
Yeah, we just see that he has 27 points on the board, and then not only him, we have like Dotson Isabel like coming up and showing up with 11 points, and then we got Taki Mason with 10 points. We could see a variety of scores, but Amir Dickinson really shone as he was able to put a lot more points. He was able to, and not only points, he was able to pass. He was able to maybe like lead his team in the right direction and make sure that the Amityville players are like moving, like flowing through like that defense and creating what they wanted, getting what they wanted with the confidence that they had.
Yeah, we definitely saw that when Amir Dickerson was always starting out. Whenever they got fouled, you would always see Amir Dickerson at the line receiving the ball to coordinate his team around to try to get them to get points. As we see, with all the fouls that they had, Amityville scored 8 out of 12 free throws, but Half Hollows Hills West also, Amityville was fouling them a lot, and they had a total of 27 free throws, making 22 of them.
Yeah, well, compared to Amityville, they only had 12 free throws. Like Half Hours West almost doubled that. They had so many free throws, and not only that, they were converting these free throws. They were getting points on the board. But I do want to give my applause to both St. Jean and McMorris, with St. Jean with 18 points and McMorris 10 points respectively. They have been like they showed, even though they were on the losing side, they showed that they actually could fight back. They actually had avenues in scoring, and they showed that those two players were able to maybe like compete and able to show that they had worth that they shouldn't be taken like seriously.
Like you said at the halftime show, St. Jean and McMorris being like the core of Half Hollows Hills West team. You said McMorris was like the key to unlocking St. Jean, as they had really good chemistry together. They were able to make a lot of those plays that they needed to make so that they could get points in. And we saw that when McMorris was on the board. When he was playing in the court, we saw St. Jean perform well. We saw McMorris perform well, and that's why they have 18 and 10 points respectively. But every time we saw McMorris get substituted out, we saw the team perform slightly worse than they were performing before. I would like to bring up what you said at halftime, where you really did bring out that McMorris was the key to Half Hollows Hills West team, and I think that was an accurate statement.
Yeah, because we could see in the first half that Amityville, they had like a 7-7, and we could see the first half Amityville, like the first quarter and the second quarter, and it was really like Amityville. But then like going into like the third quarter and even the fourth quarter, even though the score doesn't show it, they were going back and forth, back and forth. Besides, they were not looking into the 10-0 run that Amityville had. They were going back and forth, points going like back and forth. It wasn't just a one-sided game. So if it wasn't for like that 10-0 run, we probably would have seen a much closer game, like much more to like maybe 3 points, maybe like point different.
Yeah, it definitely would have been a lot closer game. I'd also like to bring up the fourth quarter where they quite literally went back and forth, back and forth. There were no runs in that quarter, which is surprising to me because every other quarter we've seen a run from at least one of the teams. But in the fourth quarter, they're just going back and forth. You can really tell that although there was Half Hollow Hills was slow in the beginning, with the first quarter ending out with 19-9, they really started to bring it in the third and fourth quarter. They started to step up. They started to actually contest Amityville for the ball. And there were some periods of time where Half Hollows Hills West was the only one in possession of the ball, scoring point after point.
Very beautiful to see, as it showed that both teams able to compete, that both teams were able to find, and at the end, both teams found like a method in which they both were scoring. They both had to adapt, and it was like after each point, after each like score, after each play, after each pass, they were able to find new different ways, and they were like adapting to each other. Like not even like adapting as a team, like even man to man, we saw that players started to shift, and players started to shift into different positions, just trying to find any way, and it worked. We could see the back and forth, which is something very beautiful to see in this final quarter.
Yeah, definitely. Alan Dodson Isabel from Amityville's team scoring 11 points. I also feel like he was definitely a key player. Definitely assisting Dickerson, pushing the ball down the court towards the other net, but as well as scoring some three-pointers for the team, which I think were essential in bringing their confidence back up, bringing their morale back up, so that the team could push in again, keep up that aggression that they initially had, so that they could, so that they brought this victory to them.
My final keys is that we could see that this is a very big win for Amityville. This is big for Amityville, as Amityville shown that they were able to adapt. They were able to bring a new strategy, and they show that they have evolved from the last time they played, and taking home the win and showing like they're now a better team. Maybe bringing it to like a new next games that they're gonna show that they're now even better team than they once were since the beginning of the season.
Yeah, they were definitely a better team this game than they were last time, as this was a rematch and they won their rematch. So, like Agostino said in the coach's interview, Amir Dickerson is definitely getting better. And thank you for watching the Amityville Broadcasting Network. I'm your host, Christian Chica, so your co-host, Christian Reyes. Final score is... final score is 76
Go to AmityvilleWarriors.com for upcoming broadcasts and events. This has been a presentation of Warriors Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.